How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations 1 Megatron. Now, this is a reissue, and I'm going to kind of go into the history of the actual toy and reissues here in a second, but really nice looking packaging. This came out in 2000. This was the first reissue that we got. You can see that it is the 16 special, meaning that it comes with all of the nice little goodies that were originally in the Takara version and in the Hasbro version all in one package, which is really nice. Love the packaging, the art here, old school look. We got the nice transformation sequence up top, spin it to the back. We got the nice, fight diorama battle scene again and so forth. So let's take a look at the fig now. All right, really quick history on the Megatron mold here. It originally came out in 1974, part of the Microman series. He was called Gun Robo P-38. He's based off of the Walther P-38, pretty much 1-to-1 scale replica of that gun. He had 3 versions made in that line, a gray, black, and a silencer version. Now, the gray and black version was utilized in the 1983 Takara Transformers lineup, where the silencer version, which was based off of a gun from a old spy TV show called Man from Uncle, I believe, which I have no idea about. I think my dad watched that, which was the version that was implemented in the Hasbro toy line. Now, the differences, besides the silencer bits, was the Takara version that came out in 1983. You got the gun, you got the chromed little laser gun, you got the scope, his fusion cannon, his chrome sword, and you got these little firing little bullet projectile things. Now, the Takara version was slightly different. It did not have the chrome, and instead of the red kind of paint scheme that we're used to in the Hasbro version, it was actually blue. Now, the Hasbro version, we got everything that you see here. The Megatron that we got was chrome, which is really cool, which is kind of different and unique, because usually it's the other way around. Did not get the sword, unfortunately, and we did not get the bullets because of the fact that they were a choking hazard and so forth. And obviously the Hasbro version was red. There was some package art differences, and that's pretty much it. And then Megatron was released again in the Takara line as the Goodbye Megatron. We saw Megatron released again in Hasbro, from 84, 85 with the rub sign version and so forth. But we did not get a reissue until 2001, which is what you see here. We also got a black version, which was limited. We also got the 2003 Takara collection, which is essentially everything you get here, but you got an Energon mace, you got a Decepticon sticker sheet, and a Decepticon mousepad. Kind of like what we got with the New Year's edition Optimus Prime. There was supposed to be a commemorative version that was going to be released at Toys R Us, but because he turned into a gun, Toys R Us was not going to touch that. 2007, we got the Encore version, which everything again that you see here was incorporated into that. Slight tweaking on coloring, but very, very, minute that you could not even tell, supposedly. 2011, we got the eHobby movie edition, which packaged Megatron with the Dark of the Moon Voyager class Megatron. Unfortunately, that Megatron did not come with the silencer accessory pieces. It went back to the old school Takara look where he was not chromed, but his stickers were actually tampographed on. You did get his chrome sword and gun and scope or fusion cannon. So, all right, let's move on now to the actual fig itself. All right, Megatron here. Great looking, gun. I do love the chrome, so forth. I like the weight of it. You got a lot of die cast in the handle area here. Working trigger again because of the projectile firing feature that it has. It comes with these little spring-loaded bullets, which I'm not going to really showcase because it's not a huge factor, but you just pop them in there. As you can see, just launches them. All right, let's put on his accessory pieces here. Start off with the stock. Slip that on. Slip this piece on. Slide it all the way down. Pop that on. And we have Megatron now, like we're used to seeing him in the show. Very nice looking. Real quickly, here is the If I can kind of showcase it, I guess. The Hegemon, or whatever you want to call it. It's not too bad of a representation of the original G1. Very hard to get both in the picture frame, but there you go. You can kind of see it. So forth. I mean, this is so much better. I mean, it hides everything a lot better in the gun mode opposed to this one, but this one does have a nice superior robot mode. But very nice looking again. Still works, fits in your hand. I mean, even with the stock back here and so forth. So, all right, let's transform him now. All right, before we transform Megatron, we're going to transform his little accessory pieces into his particle beam cannon. I'm going to separate that. I'm going to take this piece here. It's going to become the base and stand. So it looks like that. And you can also get the kind of like the little date there also. When it came out, 1974, 1983 originally. Take this piece right here, flip that down, put that right there. Then you're going to take this piece right here, take these bits out, be kind of like handles. Put the scope up here. You don't have to put the scope up there, but it's part of the whole thing. But and then this just plugs in underneath, and then you have his particle beam cannon. And again, the really nice thing about this is the fact that this piece right here actually can fire off the projectiles also. So you can stick them in there, as you can kind of see. It fires them off, which is really nice. And that comes in play with another little feature once we transform Megatron. All right, to transform Megatron really quickly here, really simple. It's not too terribly tough. You're going to extend down the handle. It'll become his legs. Kind of separate it a little bit here. So, put this down. Now it's his head. Put that up. Kind of extend this piece up. Flip this around. Kind of move that underneath. Bring his legs forward. Like so. Release his feet. Separate his arms back here. Rotate them around. Extend them out. There's a little tab inside. Get his fists out, and you have Megatron transformed. Unfortunately, the robot mode is not the greatest look. I don't mind it from the side, but if you look on him straight ahead, I mean, those legs, so forth and whatnot, his head's just kind of floating up top, unfortunately, but it's what you get, I guess. Articulation, real quickly, it's all in his arms. I mean, there's a little bit of, I guess, if you want to count some of the transformation here or something, but it's all in his arms. His arms can just rotate around 360 degrees, and that's pretty much it. So it does come with his weapons, nice little chrome gun, which just pretty much goes over his fist there to hold. And then he has his sword, which has this little peg right there, and he's got holes on his fist, which you can plug that on, and so forth. And then you can put him with his little particle beam cannon there, and so forth, or whatnot. Take these off. Take this off. You can just slide this back on now. And he has his fusion cannon. So forth. Now, a really nice, cool gimmick also that I kind of mentioned when I was doing the particle beam here. Cannon is you take this off, take that off. You can actually plug this piece in to his backside here, which is kind of cool. And you can actually load those projectile bullets, whatnot, and you can actually fire them out his little, I guess, gun barrel here, which isn't show accurate, but it's kind of a cool feature. Kind of a nice little projectile weapon there. You just kind of connect it on the back, and then you can fire them out. Looks kind of weird if you look at from the side because he's got this thing sticking out, but it does work. It's kind of cool. Nice little feature there. So you got that. Let's do some. All right, real quickly, let's do some comparisons here. Here he's next to the Hegemon or Hegemon. Great fig if you are a chug collector. Here he is next to Soundwave, and gotta have him next to Optimus Prime here. They look great together, whatnot. All right, Megatron here is definitely worth picking up, guys. If you're a G1 collector or a Megatron collector, it's an iconic fig. It's a controversial one. I mean, his whole alt mode being a gun and so forth. I mean, if you live in the States, we're subjected to that 1988 gun safety law that mainly states that any gun manufactured after 1989 has to be altered, whether that be putting an orange plug in the barrel, changing the barrel color to like a neon orange or whatnot, or even just changing the color in general. Something has to be done. And we saw that with the reissued Megatrons, through the e-tailers. We saw that with the Masterpiece Megatron, the Hegemon, even the Hasbro Legend class Megatron that came out a couple years back. But it's still a great fig to have. I mean, the chrome, the die cast, again, it's Megatron. So definitely, worth picking up. Now, you can get an original that was released back in the 80s. That actually, for some reason, does not have to be altered in any way. Since it was produced before 1989, it is not subjected to the law, which is kind of ironic because, I mean, this is a reissue. Thankfully, I got it, without having it being altered, but you could never know. So it's just mainly for retailers and manufacturers so they don't get sued and so forth. But really great fig again, guys, and definitely worth picking up and so forth. So this has just been a quick look at the Generations 1 reissued version of Megatron. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Stay tuned for more. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.